Woo! I know I'm going to get cooked in the comments, man. Shout out to y'all. It's all right, though. Floyd up in here. Shout out to Floyd with the 50 bomb. Says, thank you for all the great coverage. Merry Christmas. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for that. Roll One Up says, it's not about the video being available. It's about Law and Crime being broke now since the trial is over. So they're trying to make some money off of bro. What? Black Butterfly says, I rock with you, ClassE, but you're wrong. Okay, we're going to do this. I got to open the phone lines. Y'all are saying I'm wrong. I want anybody who thinks I'm wrong to call in. And the link to call in is in the description, and I'll also pin it in the chat. I want to hear what y'all have to say and how you think I'm wrong in this instance. We got to talk about it. Let me see. Hold on. Let me pin this. All right. The number is pinned in the chat. If y'all want to call in. Rolling Up says, oh, okay. Okay. Black Butterfly says, I rock with you, ClassE, but you're wrong. It's not a Fed case. Is why he's talking about that goalpost movers. Yeah, it's not a, I don't know what we're talking about. Federal case. The World's End says it's done and out there. I just worry it's a thin edge of the wedge of bad actors. We wouldn't have had much of the content from court without Law and Crime. I just don't get why you'd ask. Yep, exactly. Minnie Perkins says not too much on Doug. I'm coming for you. I love you, my brother. Okay. Yeah, we don't all have to agree. It's fine. I think it's good when we disagree. Rolling Up says, our Love Moves says, it would be hard for me to think that Fulton County. Oh, okay, y'all are talking about Kayla in here. Shout out to Kayla. Mall Beauty says, is it really easily obtainable to the public? I request records for my career. I've never seen the option to request jail calls. Just curious. Here we go. We got our first caller. Oh man, I'm about to get all the smoke.
Les Cleaver.
To accept, press 1.
All right, my guy Les Cleaver is in the building. Good morning, Les. And Merry
Good
Christmas
morning.
Eve.
How are you and Amy and everybody? Oh, I know everybody's doing great.
We're doing good, brother. Thank you for calling in. What's on your mind? Do you have some smoke for me today?
Well, boy, I love the content today. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I understand the views that are out there are mixed and they're torn and they've got their own opinions, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, myself, I like Doug Weinstein. He may not always say the right things, but, you know, he's got a good relationship with Yak. And, yeah, it's good to see that he would actually work for him pro bono. That's great. It's just, wow. You are unloading a lot of content. What can I say? I mean, and just from personal experience here, from calling into jails and so on and so forth, yeah, there is no privacy. And be honest with you, the prosecution is looking for you to slip up so they can use it against you in court. We've seen that in the YSL trial.
We've seen it, man. Yes.
We've seen it. And the thing is that whether conversations are leaked or not, it's public. You're right. I have to agree with you. It is public. Now, on your cell phone, that's private.
Yes.
But hacking into a cell phone, well, then, yeah, I'd like to hunt them down and prosecute them. But, I mean, where do you go? What do you do? I mean, it's...
You don't pick up the phone and make the phone call, Les.
Well, it's not true.
It's not that complicated. Doug himself said, hey, I tell my clients, listen, stop talking on the phone. Don't talk on the phone. And shout out to 636. I will call you back in a second. But just don't talk on the phone. And I know, as Doug said himself, it's hard. I can't imagine being in jail and not wanting to have these quote unquote personal, quote unquote private phone calls. But if you understand, especially being Young Thug, I mean, he's the top of the top when it comes to artists. You know that this is being recorded and that it could be released. It's not that, it's just, I don't see it's complicated.
Yeah, well, and to be honest with you, even what we did witness, there wasn't any sensitive content in there. Not really. I
Yeah.
mean,
It was just them having a regular conversation.
right? And yes, I agree. I mean, people I've talked to who are sitting in jail, plain and simple, they tell you it's, recorded conversation. And I always say, don't say anything that you want recorded. Don't say anything that you're going to implicate yourself on. Let's just talk about other things other than this.
Right, exactly.
And see, the thing is, a lot of people also understand the same thing happens when you write letters. The jail staff read everything that comes in and out. So that's, jail, you lose your freedoms, period, bottom line. But listen, I'm going to go and let you go. There are other callers that want to come in. Merry Christmas to you and Amy and everybody in the chat.
Thank
love
you,
you.
Les.
You guys have been great. I'll try to get in tonight for the song of the night.
Yes, sir.
I missed it on Monday. But anyways, you all have a great one. Merry Christmas, and God bless you all.
Same to you, Les. Merry Christmas, and God bless you. And we love and appreciate you too, my friend. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
All right, peace, Les. All right, y'all give it up to Les Cleaver in here. He didn't have no smoke. I knew Les agreed. I knew Les was on my side. I need to call 636 back. Let me see. Where is 636 called in? Oh no, where did it go? Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. And I mean, Les is, you know what the deal is. You know what the deal is. And then Row One Up is still trying to shoot the messengers in here. Oh my gosh, Row. Says, ClassE, except that people are thirsty and want to hear about personal business and nothing case related. Folks nosy. It's shade room-ish. But Row One Up, you can't have it both ways. You can't. Hold on a second. Let me get this phone call.
Call from
Black Butterfly.
Here we go. We got Black Butterfly in the building. I'm going to get to Row One Up in a second. Black Butterfly, thank you for calling in. I know you got some smoke. Go ahead. I'm going to let you
I got smoke. I put it in there. I rock with you. ClassE, I rock with you. You know I do. I don't agree. I respectfully disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, let me say why. Sorry, I got to shut my door. I got a grandkid. The reason I disagree is that one is timing. And I think you got to look at it a little bit deeper than just, it's a freedom of information. We know that. We know it's freedom of information. But it's the fact that they keep targeting him and his family. And it's it's a passive aggressive way of harassment. So it's not just, it's freedom of information. We know that. But it's the passive aggressive, some ways, as we all saw, aggressive. But now I can't attack you aggressively, so I'm going to get you passive aggressive. Like, enough is enough. And you did that right at Christmas time. And it's like, even with the thing with Yak, he had these things, you knew it, but this is a passive aggressive way to keep messing with these people. So I understand what you're saying, but I don't think that you're looking at it as deep as what it is. It's not that it's freedom of information. It's the passive aggressive harassment and attacks on these people.
Yeah. So Black Butterfly, I 1000% agree with you. But here's my issue. My issue is what Doug Weinstein said about Law and Crime. Now, if you want to say that, okay, it's wrong that this is being put out there, then fine. If you want to say that and you want to say it's being used as a tactic to attack Doug, that's fine. But attacking Law and Crime is the thing that I have an issue with. Law and Crime is just the middleman. This wasn't posted on the Fulton County DA's YouTube channel. This was posted on the channel that has been covering this trial for 3+ years. So to say that, don't mess with Law and Crime, unsubscribe right now, they are absolutely horrible and I can't believe they posted this, you're having selective outrage. And if I guarantee you, if this were a leaked phone call of Miss Love talking to Fannie Willis and saying, yeah, we're going to get Young Thug. And I talked to Woody the other day in the car and he's about to come in here and destroy this man. We're going to win this case. Everyone would be like, yeah, let's go. We got her.
justice. That's totally
Right.
different. And the thing, but law and crime is the facilitator. They're the catalyst. They're the ones that, okay, fine. They're not the one who made the tape. They're not the ones who went and dug it up. But they are the
Yeah.
catalyst. They are the ones that are igniting it. That's why I have a problem with law and crime. Will I watch them again? I hope that some independent media covers part two. And
You'll
I would
watch it.
just rather just yeah, I will watch it, but I hope that it comes somebody. Well, we know Miss Sylvia and Dennis. I don't know if they're gonna get involved again, but I
Mhm.
just hope somebody, because my thing is that that's how I feel, and I understand yours, and I just, like I said, I rock with you. I watch you. If I don't catch you on a regular when you're showing, I always watch your replay. So I love you. I love you. I love you. I just don't agree with you this time.
I appreciate you, Black Butterfly. Thank you for calling in. You can call in anytime. And I love having the respectful conversation. We're allowed to disagree. I think it makes for a great interaction, and it helps us to understand people a lot better too. So thank you for
All
that.
right. Thank
I
you. Have a
appreciate
good
you.
one. Bye-bye.
Yes. Merry Christmas to you. Bye-bye. Yeah, and that's fine. If y'all want to say this is a tactic being used by whoever, fine. But law and crime is just, they're just doing their job. They didn't obtain this maliciously. They posted it for the people to see and get their own opinion and thoughts on it. And I think most people are coming to Thug's defense, and they're not saying, Thug, shame on you. How could you do this? People know this is the internet. People are going to know this happened in 2022. Mariah knew about the phone call. Mariah knew Thug was talking to this other chick who came and visited him at the jail. I mean, come on. It's content. Plain and simple. Let me call Mr. Brown up in here. Hold on a second. We've got 732 in the
Call
building.
from Beautiful Messy Ball.
Beautiful Messy Ball is in the building. Good morning, Beautiful Messy Ball. Thank you for calling in.
Good morning. I want to respectfully disagree with the last caller saying that law and crime is the catalyst, because if law and crime hadn't FOIA'd these phone calls, somebody on YouTube would have. I follow a lot of trials and a lot of true crime, and there are much smaller YouTube channels that spend thousands and thousands of dollars to FOIA phone calls and court records and legal documents, like the docket, Pretty Lies and Alibis, Plunder, that get all the documents before things go to trial, during trial, after trial. So even if law and crime hadn't done it, somebody else following this case would have done it.
For sure.
It's just a matter of it takes more time for the smaller guys to raise the money to FOIA the information, because it costs money for the courts to, or not the courts, but the jail and the courts to compile and not censor, redact what needs to be redacted from information.
Correct. Yes.
So,
and I mean, and law and crime, I mean, they have the platform, right? So I think that's the biggest issue of what you're saying, is that because law and crime's this bigger platform, maybe they should have a certain level of standard of content that they post, right? Maybe not. But these are calls that took place while Young Thug was in jail. They've been covering Young Thug. Why wouldn't they post it? I mean, just from a content creation standpoint, I don't see why they would post it. And above all that, why try and cancel them? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, exactly.
I don't see why they wouldn't post it. I mean, if you look at, I know you don't cover true crime in general, but the Alec Murdaugh case, for example, was a big case in South Carolina. And there was another podcaster who got all of his phone calls long before any of the major networks, because she was working for a small independent media, and she was on the case before mainstream media had picked up on it. And she was FOIAing all of his phone calls, and it took her a lot of time and money to get those phone calls and documents when he was in jail before the mainstream media had even really picked up on that case. And then it went huge and everybody was getting them. So it's somebody to hold law and crime accountable and just say, oh, we're going to boycott law and crime, when somebody would have done it. It's the law. If you don't like the law, write your legislators and try to get the law changed, which is unlikely to happen. But
yeah, I agree with you 1000%. And I think it's just, again, selective outrage. We've seen other things posted that maybe would benefit Thug in other ways that maybe someone would say, I don't know why that's being posted in the public. And we've even seen videos, quote unquote, leaked in the past that seemingly no one had an issue with until now. So,
right.
I don't know. It is what it is. There's always going to be that case. I'm just surprised Doug Weinstein is the one, after everything that Law and Crime has done for him and his client, like it or not. I'm surprised he's the one that's coming out and saying this, to be honest.
Right. All right. Well, I will let you go and let somebody else call in, and have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Same to you. Thank you for calling in. You can call in anytime. I appreciate you.
All right. Take care. Thanks.
You too. Bye-bye. Row One Up is fired up in here too. Row One, you got to call in. Says, what did Row One Up say? Law and Crime ain't never posted any other defendant's personal videos from other trials. It's weird. No, it's an opportunity to post some great content. We're sitting here talking about it and people are watching it. What's the problem? Man, we got 702 in
Call
here.
From.
Yeah, Chris.
To accept, press 1.
Who?
To send.
720. Good morning. Welcome to the Music Morning Show. Who am I talking to?
Hey, what's up, man? My name is Christian Young, man. I've been watching the show for quite some time.
Oh, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, Christian. What's on your mind? You got some smoke this morning?
Yeah, well, I'm hearing this thing about Law and Crime and how they released the video call and all that, but it's like, at the same time, it's public information.
Yeah.
It's already out there, and when you go to jail, you don't have privacy. Again, it's like taking a shower in a glass house.
Common knowledge,
see what you're doing. You may be having a private moment, but it is what it is. So, for me, it's like, plus, let's say it was something that went against the state. Then everyone would be cool with it. So it's like we can't just have this selective, like if it's against Thug, it's bad. If it's for Thug, it's good. We can't be like that. We got to be unbiased the entire time, because it's like Thug's complaining about this. This is the same stuff that Miss Love was complaining about.
Yeah, and I even mentioned it during the trial. People were trying to zoom in on Miss Love's computer, zoom in on her cell phone, and see who or Simone Hilton was texting at the time. It's like, come on, y'all. Now, you want to talk about invasion of privacy? Just because they're using their phone in the courtroom doesn't mean you can try to see what they're texting or typing on their computer. But you have to accept the fact that if you're in a public forum like that or using a jail phone, that it's going to be available to the public. Sorry, it is what it is.
Definitely.
Yep, I agree 1000%.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thanks, man. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it. Because I'm like, if it's public, even if you don't like it, even if you like it, you got to accept it. Like, there were a lot of things that just came out, and it's like, I mean, even though we hate Miss Love, she made some good points. Not many, but she made a few. And it's like, I'm not just going to disregard that just because I like Thug or I believe that the state's crooked. Both sides made good points, and again, this is the same thing. Young Thug messed up having this phone call in jail. you know, when you're in prison, jail, you got to be careful. That's all it is. But
yeah, and I honestly don't see the big deal. I mean, Mariah knew what was up. I mean,
people just mad. That's all it is, honestly.
yeah, exactly. It is what it is. But thank you calling in, my friend. I appreciate you. Can call in anytime. Thanks for giving your thoughts on that.
All right, for sure, man. Have a good one.
Okay, you too. Appreciate you. Let me see if I can get 502 back in here in a second. But yeah, y'all are heated in the chat, man. I want somebody to call in that's got some smoke. Y'all, where's the smoke at? LTO says this unfortunately is just how the world is right now. A shred of something that can be considered juicy is going to come out, and people are going to say what they're going to say. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. This to me is the same thing as recording Young Thug walking down the street. I mean, he's in a public place. Record him.
Call from
Roll one up.
Oh, Lord. Roll one up is in the building. Oh, man, here we go. Roll one up. Go ahead and get your thoughts off. Thank you for calling in. What's on your mind, man?
I got a lot on my mind, brother. First of all, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you? Thanks for calling in, man.
I'm blessed. Oh, you
Very
already
good.
know, because I just, it's not smoke that I want to bring, but I want to tell you why I feel this kind of way. All right?
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
So Thug has had 3 years of phone calls, true or false?
Yes, true.
And we're just now getting it the week of Christmas about his girl stuff. Now, if we were keeping it about the trial, like Bro just said on the last phone call, if it was about the case, something that went against the state or even against Thug, and they put that out afterward, like, oh, Thug might have been guilty. Look what he said in this jail phone call. That's one thing that we could put on there. It makes sense. It goes with the trial. It's like, oh, shit, we got some other news. This is straight girl gossip. It's straight shade room. And I get it because content creators have been making, especially Law and Crime, has spent the last 3 years making money off people watching 8 to 12-hour videos online of us watching Thug. So it's just straight Thug, Thug. That's what the people want to see. So you know what I'm saying? They pushing that. But at the same time, it's like, where do you draw the line between Law and Crime and shade room? If it's one thing to have folks on there talking like, okay, all right, we discussed the case, or Thug talking to the lawyer, like, and make sure you don't say that one thing about that one thing. That's, you know what I'm saying? Then we could say Thug is tripping. But for folks to say that Thug, they don't got no phone calls with his father, they don't got no phone calls with nobody else. Why the phone calls with his girl talking about other girls? It's weird to me.
Ro, I lost you for a second on that last point you were making. You sounded far away.
Oh, my bad. I just said it's weird to me. So I just wanted to see what's your response to that, because I understand the content aspect. Make your content.
Yeah. So you want to say, where do we draw the line between Law and Crime and trials and the shade room? I mean, where do we draw the line on content creators, in which Law and Crime is posting the content that they want to post? Because here's my problem. My problem isn't people saying, oh man, why'd y'all post that? Y'all didn't need to post that. I don't have a problem with that. My problem isn't people saying, oh man, that was low. Law and Crime, why'd y'all post that? My problem is someone like Doug Weinstein having so much outrage about them posting a video that's publicly available to everyone and saying, I don't support them. Y'all don't go subscribe to their channel. You shouldn't watch their videos. And I regret every single thing that I did with them. That's where I'm like, yo, hey, okay, Doug, chill, relax on that, because Law and Crime has provided Doug Weinstein and Diamante Kendrick a lot of value. So for him to make that bold of a statement and say, wipe Law and Crime off of the map, I will never watch any of their videos again, I think that's extremely extreme. So if you want to disagree with them posting the video, fine. But to say everything that happened leading up to this point, as you mentioned yourself, them posting and streaming the trials every single day for the past 3 years and giving us an opportunity to comment on it, to see what's going on in the courtroom, and providing that insight into Doug Weinstein and how he's covering his client, that's going to benefit him down the road as well, because there's going to be people who want,
correct.
That's fine, but Young Thug is the trial. Everything that has to do with Young Thug is about the trial. And again, I don't want to get into what law crime should and shouldn't publish. That's on them. Posting this is that low. That's your opinion. But for Doug Weinstein to come out and say, I regret every single thing I did with them, that's going too far from a content creation standpoint. And I think that's having selective outrage. That's my opinion on that.
I don't think Doug is looking at it as a content creator aspect. I think he's looking at it as these people were giving a light into the case. They were giving a fair access to the people. Like they weren't doing anything beyond just showing us exactly what was going on. It's not like they went out their way to get exclusives and have interviews like the content creators online have been doing, you know what I'm saying, and link with jury members and stuff like that. They had a camera in the courthouse, which we appreciate because we got to see everything. But imagine Doug being in there with these people every day, and it's like, okay, this is what we're doing. You guys will get to showcase what we get to watch back our work, and we get to reevaluate and see what we're doing, and you know what I'm saying, and tighten up and see the comments and address certain things. But then you get to this point, it's like, okay, y'all are dropping stuff that has nothing to do with anything, because that at the end of the day, you could say it's about Thug and the Thug content sales, but that content really had nothing to do with anything. It's Thug on there talking about him messing with other girls or whatever, or telling his girl whatever. It just doesn't seem like. I could understand why a lawyer who's built a relationship with these people for the last couple of years on them showing what's going on in the real world and then going out their way to put some shade room shit up. It's just like, it doesn't make sense to me on that aspect.
Yeah.
I see why Doug is tripping on that part, because I thought y'all were just showing the real, not showing some extra stuff.
No, but that is the real. It happened while he was in jail. It's a real thing, right? They didn't just make this up or tap his phone. This happened while he was in jail for the trial. You get to hear how he's interacting with people while he was in jail. I think, is it interesting? Absolutely. Is it pertinent to what happened in the YSL trial? No. If you want to say, in your opinion, they should never post anything about Young Thug again because he's out and he's free, no, that's up to you.
A 3-year-old video the week of Christmas about girls. A 3-year-old video. Like do you understand how wild that is to me?
No, I don't, because their content, that's what they do. It's a YouTube channel. They make content. So
you don't think there's anything malicious behind it or anything?
I'm not arguing that. What I'm arguing is to have such a strong standpoint and say that it's morally wrong for them to post this. I think is the wrong direction to go. And
why are you arguing? Let me ask you that though. Do you think it's malicious on their end, or do you think there's some sneaky
on law and crime?
Yes.
No, they want YouTube views. They got 25,000 views on this video in less than 24 hours. I don't think it's malicious. They were like, ooh, you know what? We've got those videos of Young Thug talking to Miss Sayed. Let's go ahead and publish those. That's it. They're content creators. I don't think it's anything malicious. I don't see any evidence to that. And if you want to say this is malicious, then you have to say that, oh, everything they've been doing leading up to this point was malicious. Like, we can't have selective outrage for all the good that they've done for a lot of the defendants in this case. Like, we can't take this one thing and say all of a sudden, oh, it's malicious, because what's going to happen out of this? What do they benefit other than views from posting this? I mean, Young Thug and Mariah get into an argument and get divorced. I mean, like, who cares? They got their views. That's all they want. So no, I don't, as a content creator myself, and like I said, I wouldn't go this far. I don't think there was anything malicious behind this, and they just wanted to get some views, period.
To me, as a content creator, it's almost shooting yourself in the foot, because with that relationship you've built with Doug Weinstein and the other lawyers, you guys could have done your law and crime. You guys could get exclusive interviews with Brian Adams, with Keith Adams, Brian Steele, Max Sharp, exclusive interviews, different perspectives. You guys can go to their next trial and put the next big thing on. But with posting and gossip about their clients, it cuts off the connection just for the views. It's a short-term gratification for a long-term problem, because now you can't really have that relationship that you could have had. That's how I'm looking at it as a content creator. It's like, play the long term, play the long game. Like, you could do way more interviews. You could get the jury up. There's just so much more stuff you could do with this Thug trial, because we still want to know certain things. We don't want to know that this nigga talking to Devin Haney's wife. That's weird.
A lot of people do though, and that's their job as a content creator is to.
I feel it, but that was my whole thing. I ain't got no more smoke.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Ro. I mean, you make some good points, and I'm with you on most of it. The only thing, like I said, the only thing I'm not feeling is Doug just going this far left and being like, I regret my whole time with them. I think that's a little much, but I appreciate you for calling in, man. You can call in anytime.
No problem, bro. I appreciate you.
All right, take care. We got Row One up in the building. Yeah, that's a great call. And again, if y'all want to say there's somebody behind this, oh, Viverito's in the bushes, and she tossed this video over the law and crime and said, get him. I mean, that's fine. But to completely go against the entire platform for posting a video that's easily accessible. I mean, is it really an issue? I don't know. And shout out to Law and Crime. They just doubled down. Look at this. I'm going to call some of y'all back. Law and Crime just doubled down. What did they just post? Oh man, shout out to Law and Crime. I love this. Look at this. Law and Crime Trials just posted a video. Young Thug gushes over girlfriend in exclusive jail call. Who do we have in here? And I'm going to answer that call here in a second. We got to look at this video. They just posted this 12 minutes ago.
Call from.
It's Cindy from the 502.
To accept.
All right, Miss Cindy's in the building. Good afternoon, Miss Cindy, and thank you for calling in. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts?
Yes, ma'am.
I got a lot of them. Mostly, I don't have the smoke. I just agree with ClassE Beats a lot, but I do have a couple points to make. One would be, if Doug Weinstein had it to do over or even had a vote to give, would he vote to let Law and Crime in the courtroom to air all of this from beginning to end, or would he vote to keep them out just for the sake of Thug's personal business not being aired? I don't think he thought that part through very good.
Interesting.
I think his outrage, like you said, selective outrage, I don't think he's weighing the benefit versus the crime here. I mean, you can't. I wondered, I mean, the defendant doesn't get a say on whether they're in the courtroom. And I'm sorry, but once you're in the limelight like this, on not the good side of the limelight, like Thugs used to, you have no presumption of privacy anymore either. Not only is your presumption of innocence gone, but also your presumption of privacy is gone once you're incarcerated.
Yeah, and this is Young Thug. Let's be real. This is not John Doe from the Nobody Cares band. This is one of the biggest superstars in the U.S. So yes, you're being watched. Nothing has changed. Being in jail, being out of jail, your life is still the same.
Sure. The other thing is, would everybody feel better about it if Law and Crime had sent it to TMZ and they aired it? Would that make it okay?
That's what it sounds like. Some people are just mad that Law and Crime didn't keep it to Law and Crime, and they want to control the type of content they post. I don't know. It's weird to me. I
don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Isn't that what they always say for years now? So, yeah, I feel like that's a big problem. I'm kind of shocked that Doug is as upset as he is about it. I thought he would be way more level-headed.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at this by Doug. He seems to take some pretty strong stances when it comes to certain things. I will say, disappointed that he went this way and went against a platform that was so beneficial to him and his client. But hey, it is what it is, and we're all human at the end of the day. So I don't hold him against him.
I feel like if he had it to do over, he wouldn't have changed a thing, regardless of how he feels about him today. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 1000%.
All right. Well, y'all have a Merry Christmas.
Same to you, Miss Cindy. I appreciate you calling in. You can call in anytime. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. And Cindy makes a great point, man. That selective outrage is a bitch. Oh, man. Slim Life is saying, what did Doug do wrong? He didn't do anything wrong. I just think that I'm surprised he's taking this strong of a stance against law and crime when they're just doing what they do, posting and creating content, which they just posted another one. A phone call between Mariah the Scientist and Young Thug. Oh my gosh, they're Law and Crime does not care. They're doubling down. Will you look at this? This is wild.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. You can hear me? What's the matter with you? I love you too, P.
You can't read my lips.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I'm personally not interested in this. And I'm just interested in the conversation around it and the fact that this is readily available. And thank you for correcting me. It was Mall Beauty. I was using the word easily available. The word I should have been using was readily available. Anybody who really wants to get this can get it. So I will retract the use of that word and say readily available. But it's readily available. If you want to go get it, there are ways that the everyday American can go and get this information. But Law and Crime, man, I guess it's going to be called Law and Crime at TMZ in a minute. Mr. Vegas says, Law and Crime, the more they post, the more I'm starting not to like it. Those titles they put are diabolical. Young Thug gushes over girlfriend, an exclusive jail call. Did they get hacked? So why is no one else posted this knowing the response? Yeah, I'm gonna tell them to keep doing what they do. I'm not mad at it.